Hello everyone. So yeah, today we are going to be diving into the CoAlias, and it is one of the best way to basically white label your product. So for every customer, we are going to have different domains. The customer can choose their own domains. They can even connect their private domains to your app, and everything happens. Basically, it's a matter of minutes. So yeah, let's sign up here. So yeah, this is let me show you the app right here. So this is basically the simple app that I created for the tutorial purposes, and we are going to be making this into a series, so a short videos, so you can basically know which video have which instead of making one long video. So yeah, you can see that we have this section right here. It says my profile, and we have then bookmarks, then payment section right here. So let's go here and fill out our name. I'm gonna just sign up with Google. Okay, so we need to set the app's main domain. So we can just preview and copy the link from here. Okay, so yeah, this was it for setting this up, and now we are going to be adding the plugin for the CoAlias. Okay, so yeah, we need the API keys. So let's get over here. There we can find our API keys. And this is my API key, and I'm gonna add them here. So yeah, as you can see, they provide a lot of actions and data calls. So yeah, you can basically do everything right here. One thing to note here is they also provide us the magic link and password reset link. So the purpose of providing is that when we use Bubble's native actions, so they will be providing us the reset link for this domain. So in order to change that domain, so the user basically goes to that domain when they click the link instead of going to this our main URL. So for this purpose, they also provide these two options, and they also provide open in new tab, so which also behaves in a similar way. So whenever you are using these basic bubble actions, instead you will use them. So whenever like your workflow requires something like password resetting for your customer, or opening a tab in a new window, so all these type of basic functions, so you will be utilizing CoAlias's alternative actions instead of Bubble's native ones. Let's go to domain, and yeah, I'm gonna add a white label domain here. So we can also use a free CoAlias subdomain. Let me show you how we can use a custom domain. So I do have a custom domain here, cryptominer.org. Okay, so now now it's required us to add this a record, and this is the value. So you just need to log in here and change the record. So I'm gonna delete the previous a record, this and this. I'm gonna add this one. Okay, so it's added. Now let's go back and check again. So another record is yeah, let's delete all of these. They might be interfering with the integration. Okay, so now let's test it again. I'm gonna click on check again. Okay, so the domain is configured correctly. Okay, so here is basically where the magic happens, and yeah, we can configure basically everything right here. So we have options like social and search. We can add workflows where the customers can change their website favicon and the title, description, image, which will be basically used in our SEOs. And yeah, we will come this into this section a little later. And right now what I want to show you is the home page. So right now it says that when the people visit this domain, the cryptominer.blog, so it will load the by default the slash, meaning it will load our main site, and we can define here what page it should load. So right now I will just use version test. Okay, and yeah, let's try this. Awesome. So yeah, as you can see that it is loading our main site right here, and if we go to this section, so yeah, I'm already signed into this domain. As you can see, the cookies are saved based on what domain you are in. So for your browser, this is a different website, and this is a different website, which is kind of awesome because it solves so many things. So a user visiting this site will have his own login and password credentials saved, and you can log into a different domain, and this will be kind of different. So okay, so now that we have set up our CoAlias with our bubble app, so what we are going to do is next is basically, let's go here, and yeah, I want to say that when the person goes here, so instead of showing them our main app, we will be creating a dynamic page, and which will fetch the information based on what domain they are in. So in our bubble editor, we can create a page, and we can call it member. Okay, so let's change this to column, and I'm gonna add a text. Now, what we are going to do is, since we are creating this a dynamic page, what we will do here is we will say that the type of content here would be member. So let's go to our database and create a field saying member, and the member field for now will have the domain, which would be a text, and then it would have, let's say, a name, which would be a text, So yeah, for now these two things, and we can basically register a workflow which will get the domain of the gets the domain from the user and basically signs them up. So for this, let me build a simple form right here. Okay guys, so I have created this basic section uh, for signing up the creating a member, and that member will have a basically his domain and his custom page. And I have removed my other domain from the CoAlias right now, so we will be using workflows to add these domains. So okay, so when the user clicks the sign up, what's the first thing that we will do is basically create a record for ourselves. So I will create a thing and member. Then we have two fields, domain, so domain's value, and then the name. Okay, so the next step is adding a domain to the coalias. So we have, if we type domain, so we have coalias domain add. So we just need to add the domain name, which is here, and then this will add the domain. So in order to make sure that when the user visits the main domain, it basically loads our main domain version test and then member and then the member specific ID. So since we are building a dynamic page, so our page requires a unique reference to our member. So yeah, so for this we are going to create a route. So it says go to route and we need to create a route. So yeah, so the domain will be the same as what we just created, and then we have this source. So it is where the user is basically coming. So let's just type this slash, and for the destination we will type the version test and then member and then the unique ID of the member that we just created, and unique ID, and the type would be auto, and just leave it to auto. Okay, so I'm just gonna add an alert saying in created. Okay, so yeah, let's try this. So I'm gonna add the full name as sign phase, and then I'm gonna add a domain. I'm gonna sign up, and okay, so it says domain created. If we go here, so yeah, our domain is created, and since we already added the a records for this domain, so it says the domain is configured correctly, and yeah, this is where I wanted to use see. This is what I wanted you to see. So it says when the people visit this URL, which is our base URL like this, so it will load this. So version test member, and this is the uh, our unique ID of that member with auto routing. So if we go to crypto miner dot, yeah, blog, yeah, so it is loading our custom page. I didn't add anything. Let's add something so we can list the member. So yeah, let's add something here. So instead of saying this, we can say current members. Yeah, we need to add the type here as well. So if we go here, yeah, we have this. So the current page members, and we will display his domain, and then we will display his name. So let's refresh this. Okay, so yeah, and let's try this one more time. And I also have another domain, I guess. Yeah, so we will sign this up as well. Let me yeah, just okay. So yeah, we are going to say John Peter and then our domain, and then sign this up. So you can tell your customers when they sign up. So you can basically tell your customers that to add the domain records, because we don't have access to their DNS records, and they are going to have to add these records on their own. So in order to fetch those DNS details, CoAlias also provides us these things. So if we go to this section, let's get to index, and then let me just show you. So yeah, if we let's add an alert here and to show what are the values returned by the step 2. So the coalies provide these three things. So domain verification record type, domain verification record name, and its value. So you just need to uh, create some kind of a div or anything, a pop-up, and that will display these three things, which will tell your users that you need to add these records into your domain DNS records. So yeah, so the Coalius also provides these all sort of these things. And if we go back to our domains, you can see the cryptobanana.blog is also added, but it's not configured because we need to point this to this page, this value. So if I go here and I'm gonna add these records. Okay, so I've added the records right here, and we can just click on check again. Okay, so yeah, our domain is now verified. It took about 15 minutes for the DNS records to be updated properly. So if we visit this URL, yeah, as you can see that it says John Peter, and the same it says Simon. So we are basically using the same page, and what our customers will see is their customized page. We can add all sort of customizations like page uh, colors. The customers can set their colors, and we can add these records to the member data fields, and in this way we are basically creating a white label for our customers. So yeah, you can see that since we are on the free plan and on the trial, so it says powered by CoAlias. Other than that, one issue that you might be noticing is that it's on the top bar it says sign no rough book on both of these, and the icon is still the same, and we will be basically covering that up in the next video. So thank you for watching this short video, and yeah, see you in the next part as well. Thank you.